Welcome back everyone, Cannon with Burger Motorsports. If you guys are new here, never been to our channel or to our website before, we are the manufacturers of the JB4 Performance Tuner. We specialize in making cars go fast. We sell a ton of parts that might even fit your car, so make sure to head to the description box down below. Go check us out, see if there's any parts for your car that you would like to throw on. Anyways, today's video, we got another project car, another fun one. It's a little beat, you guys will have to wait and see. We went onto Copart, looked for some Infinitis, found one. Q50, 120K miles, 2,500 bucks. It's sitting in the back right now, strapped down onto the dyno. We're gonna start developing quite a few more VR30 parts as you guys have been asking for recently. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Let's head to the back and get this dyno underway. Check out this new beauty. Thing's in mint condition here. This car is equipped with the 3-liter VR30 motor, twin turbocharged V6, making 300 horsepower crank is what they say from factory, and I believe 290 foot-pounds of torque. You guys may notice there's already intakes on it. That's probably because the intakes didn't come on the car. And there's no airbox, so we just threw our BMS intakes on it for now. And yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, we've been making the JB4 for the Q50 and Q60 platform literally since the VR30 came out in 2016. After nearly 10 years, there are over 10,000 JB4s out in the wild on the VR30s. So needless to say, this platform is pretty huge. The JB4 on these cars is super reliable, provides tons of power gains, and is actually one of the only few true 50-state emissions legal tunes for the Q50 out there. I also forgot to mention, when it's time for the car to go back to the car doctor, removing it is also super easy. And you'll also notice on the car already, we took the hood off just for some easier access. The fenders, on the other hand, well, you see here the car didn't come with fenders, so we'll need to get that one resolved pretty soon. The car is all warmed up now. Let's go ahead and see what this thing runs. Completely stock. Well, it's got our BMS intakes on it, but other than that, it's completely stock. Here's a factory run on a 2016 Infiniti Q50. I don't know about you guys, but that sounded really slow. Let's go see what it made. You know what? That was honestly better than I expected. 313 wheel horsepower, 298 wheel torque. Now that we got our baseline run done, Payam's gonna go ahead and install the JB4 right now. Super easy install, should only take us a couple minutes, and then we'll jump into JB4 Map 0.
You unplug this one, and you plug it in this one. And then you take this one, and plug it in this one. And we do the same thing on the other.
Is it really that easy, Payam?
And we'll come over here on this side, and we do the same thing. These are a little stuck because of all the dirt, but make sure you don't damage them. Male to female, female to sensor. Bada bing, bada boom.
Now that the JB4 is installed, let's go ahead and run JB4 Map 1 with no changes to the fuel, so we'll probably find out pretty quickly. This car has 91 octane in it. Alrighty, here's JB4 Map 1 on a 2016 Q50. Without even looking at the dyno graph yet, just pure sound of how it moved through that gear right there, I know this is probably gonna have another 50 wheel. Oh, called it. 370 wheel horsepower and 361 wheel torque. So just JB4 Map 1, we see 58 wheel horsepower gain and 63 wheel torque gain. Let's go ahead and jump the map up to Map 2 now, still with 91 octane in the tank. Payam's gonna go ahead and show you guys how easy this is to make the switch. Literally just click right on its map section. And then you can see all the maps right here.
Just like that, on the fly, while you're driving. Ooh.
Right.
If you're racing someone and you need to go up to the next map to pull on them, simple as that. No need to pull over, turn off the car, load another firmware, just go in there, click Map 2, Map 3, whatever map you want.
The car made 374 wheel horsepower and 372 wheel torque.
Right now on Map 2 we made 375, while Map 1 was 370, but if you look at throughout the graph on the dyno, it's just making more power throughout the whole thing. So it's not always about peak power, it's about area under the curve. So I don't see any timing pull, everything looks good. I think this might be the limit for the fuel that's in this tank, so we'll probably go ahead, and put our ethanol content analyzer kit and put some ethanol in there or drain the fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and see what Terry wants to do.
Payam just stated that jumping the car from map 1 to map 2 was only a 1 psi increase. And the reason we probably didn't see like a 15 to 20 horsepower gain is because the car is already so rich. As you guys can tell from looking at the graph here, map 1 and map 2, 10.9, 11.1 AFRs. Since the car is running so rich, we're probably gonna need a little bit more control of the AFRs. To get that kind of control, Payam's gonna go ahead and install the fuel wires, which pretty much just lets the JB4 alter the signal to the O2s so we can adjust AFR and fueling manually. Typically, we advise these for E85 mixtures, but since we already have the car here, might as well just test it on pump gas as well. So to bring this back around full circle, I'm guessing the car will be more around the 12 AFR mark rather than the 11 flat, and it's probably going to make quite a bit more power because of that. Could see another 15 to 20 horsepower like I talked about just from that JB4 map 1 to map 2. Payam's got some other reasons to go over why these fuel wires are also going to help and make more power.
The fuel wires we're going to be installing will make the O2s lean out. The common thing is lean is mean. Leaning out the air fuel ratios will gain more power. That's usually the outcome when we're testing other platforms, but we're going to see if it works on the DI. The other thing that helps us out is when we're reducing the air fuel ratio, making it leaner, that is giving us more fuel volume. When we're mixing ethanol mixtures, we're able to raise the content higher to get that more fuel volume that we need for the ethanol, making us able to increase the power and the fuel flow and octane at the same time. So we're able to make more power safely.
If you're a Subaru owner, let's say, right, you guys are used to seeing 11.7 to 12.0 AFRs, probably because those are port injected, more than likely, and that's it's an FA platform, which is direct injected. Direct injected cars can run leaner because the fuel is being sprayed directly into the combustion chamber, which just allows for more precise control. This results in better atomization and cooler combustion temps, which is ultimately just going to reduce the chances of knock. Port injection can't match the level of precision that the direct injection has because air and fuel mix earlier in the intake. Here is JB4 map 3, still on 91 pump gas. Alrighty, let's see what she made here. JB4 map 3, 385 wheel horsepower and 388 wheel torque. We gained 10 wheel horsepower and 16 wheel torque. Now that we got our JB4 map 3 numbers, to start heading up more into the power range, we need to start throwing some ethanol into the tank. But we don't really want to just throw ethanol into the tank randomly, is because then we don't know how much ethanol is really in the tank. So to take care of that, we'll go ahead and make up a Fuel It Flex Fuel kit for the car, get it thrown on there so then we can precisely see how much ethanol is in the tank. We'll head over to the back right now where our fuel it station is, and Payam will start working on the Flex Fuel kit.
We're going to be making a new Flex Fuel kit. We call it the CAN Flex kit, which enables us to send data through CAN bus. So with our Flex Fuel kit, we're going to be able to send E85 content as well as this nifty little thing we call a fuel pressure sensor. So this is integrated into our kit. I'm about to make a new kit, and we'll go ahead and install it in the Q50. We're using crimp -6 and fitting. This line is PTFE, stainless steel and nylon braided, triple layered.
Payam's getting some E85 thrown into the car now that the Flex Fuel kit's all installed onto it. Bringing it up to what, an E30 mix or so? Yeah?
Yeah.
E30 mix. All right, as I mentioned, the Flex Fuel kit is all installed. This is our all new CAN Flex LED kit. It doesn't need to be used only with JB4. You can use it with whatever other platforms you guys are using, but pretty much just displays the ethanol percentage that is currently in the fuel rail. Now that our E content's up to around E30, let's go ahead and run JB4 map 3 again and see if there's any power benefit due to the timing corrections previously on 91 pump gas. JB4 map 3 with E30 in the tank. Alrighty, so the car jumped up to 393 wheel horsepower and 397 wheel torque. Still, JB4 map 3, the only difference was E30 versus 91 octane. JB4 map 4 on E30. Map 4 E30, 405 wheel horsepower and 401 wheel torque. The log looks really good right there. JB4 map 4. Let's go ahead and keep it on an E30 mix and jump it up to JB4 map 5. This is going to be JB4 map 5 with E30 in the tank. 410 wheel horsepower, 406 wheel torque.
Now it's time to install our EWG. They attach to the turbo wastegate sensors and allow the JB4 to more directly adjust duty cycle. We can run more duty cycle down low to boost torque and then lower it up top to help keep turbine speed down. As you guys can see, it's available on our site. You guys can head to the description box down below and go check it out for yourself.
The next day now, EWGs are on like we already talked about. We're gonna go ahead and make a Map 5 run right now with EWGs connected. Let's see how much power this thing makes on E30. Map 5 with the EWGs connected made 426 wheel horsepower and 410 wheel torque. In comparison to Map 5 on E30 without the EWGs, the car made another 16 wheel horsepower and 4 wheel torque. Although we didn't see a huge difference with the EWGs installed on Map 5, we'll probably start to notice a lot more difference once we get higher up into the RPM range and start pushing more boost. Let's go ahead and load up JB4 Map 6 and see how much more power we can really make out of this VR30. Here's JB4 Map 6 with the EWGs installed. JB4 Map 6 with the EWGs installed on E30 still, 445 wheel horsepower, 434 wheel torque. We picked up 19 wheel horsepower and 24 wheel torque.
I recorded the section where we discussed the EWG and this gnarly boost dip that you can see on screen on that graph. Unfortunately, that clip got rewritten over on top of a different video. We needed to adjust wastegate duty cycle settings to help fix that boost dip down low, but we needed to add in some more parts first. Thankfully, the JB4 interface makes it really easy to adjust things like this when they arise.
And the other products that we have for the Q50 platform that we didn't install on this car, we got a meth kit in front of us. Here's one of our 2-gallon clear tanks. This is a universal one. Here's our meth pump, which mounts directly onto the tank. We have our hardline kit, and we have a plug-and-play solution for the Q50. Replace the OEM silicones and go ahead and put these in. Use the meth nozzle adapters. Insert the meth nozzles on here, screw them on. They'll squeeze in through here, and you'll get proper meth atomization through the coupler. The benefits of meth injection on this platform are cooler IATs, supplemental fueling, and of course, higher octane. On the topic of fuel, we have this new high pressure fuel pump that's coming out for the Q50 platform. This thing is gonna let you use higher ethanol contents, which will result in more power and not having to change anything. Just go within your flash tuner, make the simple adjustments that we're gonna post, and you'll be ready to go. Once you reach the limits of high pressure, you're obviously going to be limited with the low pressure. When going above 700 wheel horsepower on full E85, we recommend this secondary add-on kit. You can use either a Walbro 450 or 525 inline. It's going to be triggered with a Hobbs switch or with a trigger within your tuning platform or the JB4. With more fueling means more power, so you need stability. Our BMS diff brace. This will stabilize the rear end. Make sure you don't get any wheel hop when you're accelerating, and throughout the turns, you're gonna make sure that both wheels stay planted. This is the best upgrade you can get. When going for higher power, turbo pressure is gonna exceed the normal temperatures, which is gonna result in higher IATs. With the air-to-liquid intercooler system, you'll need a larger heat exchanger, which we provide with the BMS large heat exchanger core, which is about 2-3 times larger than OEM, and it has bigger surface area. The larger intercooler core will reduce the water temps, help lower the IATs when moving. Another sneak peek to a new product, BMS intercooler system. These dual core intercooler systems are about 50% larger than stock, so you'll get the IAT cooling that you need, optimized when flowing through these intercoolers, going through the throttle body, into the intake manifold, to the combustion chamber. Doing the heat exchanger install, and he noticed something a little odd.
It routes back into itself. No way.
I mean,
This is Copart. Andrew, you seeing this?
What?
Oh, it's not even connected.
I made sure, so look, like this was all zip tied together, you know, so like I never looked at the loop. I just made sure the pump works, you know?
Right.
Well,
That's crazy.
lame. I just finished installing the Q50 heat exchanger. Excuse the janky mounting setup. None of the mounting points are there anymore because it's a crash car, of course. But we got everything swapped out. Now, it's a must-do is to vacuum bleed the system, or else you're going to have air pockets, which will result in the car going into limp mode. So this is a must-do every time you do the heat exchanger.
Here's going to be our glory run on our 2016 Infiniti Q50. Well, it certainly didn't sound as good, and sure enough, 400 wheel horsepower, 413 wheel torque. Let's go ahead and go over the log with Payam and see what he has to think about it.
Reviewing the log now, I see a lot of timing corrections, and the reason for that is we have IATs at 160 during this run. Usually they'll sit at like 80 and climb to 90 during the run, but this last run, we're hitting 160 and timing corrections are crazy, which is why we're only hitting 400 wheel horsepower up top. You can see the graph where it was climbing, tracing the original one, trying to make more power where I added boost, but we're down here. Let's go see why. Usually when this happens, maybe there's an air bubble or something, but it doesn't really make sense because I vacuum bled it and I did the procedure properly. So let's go and investigate, and let's touch the intercoolers or check the water pump. Pump is not working. Holy shit.
Hot?
Holy shit.
Good?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Extremely hot. Well, I kind of anticipated this, which is why I bought a secondary pump, because I wasn't too sure about that. But honestly, looking at this thing, this is a toy. I don't even know what they're thinking to put this on. I don't even know what this is gonna flow. You know, I could probably blow out of a straw more than this could flow. So we're gonna go and get a real pump and we're gonna install it on there. As you can see, I'm already prepared. Development going on this platform. We're gonna be installing a bigger pump. This is what we use for the air to liquid setups that I have a same pump on my 340 race car. This is what BMW uses for their engines. It's a CWA 400. We'll go ahead, retrofit something. I'll make a full kit for this. Stay tuned. We're gonna get optimal cooling for this car and everybody else around.
With the pump failing on the car, that's probably gonna conclude the rest of this video on our Q50. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with any of your friends if you appreciated the video or if you know that they would. And we'll probably catch you guys next time. Payam talked about the upcoming steps on this car and some upcoming development on it. Make sure to stay tuned and watch out for any more uploads on this channel regarding the Q50 or any of the other project cars we have. We'll catch you guys next time.